If you asked me a year ago what would it mean to truly work on myself, I would have a million answers. If I was asked that question now, I would say it's gaining the ability to no longer give up on yourself. When we are in a streak of bad luck or we feel like the world is against us, we tend to give up on ourselves. It is normal to lose hope. And it is normal to get fed up and ask yourself, what is this all for? What is the point? You try, you fail, you give, you fail. And all that struggle and in all your pain, you forget one important thing. And I'm going to tell you, you are the greatest project you'll ever work on. In all the things in life that we try and people tell you, this is a waste of time. This isn't going to work out. This isn't going to get anywhere. Working on yourself is the one thing that is guaranteed to pay off. I think people don't understand or they choose to ignore the fact that you have unlimited tries. It is never too late to work on you. It is never too late to do for you. You are the one thing, you are the one project that takes a lifetime to finish. And what that means to me is that there is no limit to the amount of times you can restart and refocus. But more importantly, you do not have one set path. In many points of your life, develop a passion for something. But sometimes we lose that passion. And in those moments, you have to understand that that is okay. It's okay for you to jump from one thing to the next. It's okay for you to try out something new. Because in the acts of finding your path, you will stray from numerous ones to find the right one. We always hear the phrase, stick to the plan. And this is great advice because sometimes we need to stop being so impatient and trust the process with ourselves. But what we don't hear enough is to switch the plan. Not give up on your plan, but switch the plan. In my mind, there are some paths to the destination that we outgrow. We are in a constant cycle of growth, whether that is regression or progression. And you can stand there saying, oh, I never changed. And that's fine. But the reality of it is that we have all changed. We have all gone through changes. Life is about change and adapting. I'd rather try a million times before I even think about giving up, because I know there's always going to be something else I can do. If I can see a map, an entire map of all the paths I've taken, all the paths I've chosen, there would be so many. But there is only one journey. That means to accept the fact that one day you may have a new ambition. One day you may be obsessed with a new form of art. Now that might be scary at first, but it's pretty normal. For me, I would say I used to want to be a barber. Right now, if I was like myself back then, I would have wanted to be going to different people's houses, cutting their hair, maybe famous people, maybe even making videos on it. But as you can see, that is not what I'm currently doing at the moment. It's the same as video games, right? You get a game and you spend all these hours on it and you spend all this time on that game. But eventually, you know, there's going to be another game you play. There's going to be another phase you have where you're putting all your time and effort into that. I realize that it's the exact same with life and our goals and ambitions. It changes so much because we change. And I'm not saying if you're going through hardships right now of what you're trying to go for, with what you're trying to aim to achieve, I'm not telling you to give up. I want you to keep on striving. I want you to keep on trying. But what I'm trying to get across to you is just the simple idea that the plan may change. And that is completely fine. Recently, I've been big on being open-minded. I know that is not because of all the crazy stuff that happens in the world. I am someone, and I'm very proud to say, that I have zero judgment to others because I simply just don't care. And I would say I wish everyone was thinking how I was thinking, but I know a lot of bad people out there probably think the same thing. Without going off topic, I want to say that I can relate. I can relate to you feeling lost. I can relate to you not knowing what your path is, not knowing what your journey is. I can relate to giving up. But the one thing I can't relate to is giving up on myself. The way I see it, we are stuck in this shell. And whether we like this person or not, whether we hate this person or not, you can't change who you are. A lot of you think this life is a race. A lot of you think that this is some sort of 100-meter sprint. Now, I might be salty because I actually got disqualified a lot of the times when I had sports day. But life is a marathon. A lot of you are scared of moving slowly when you should be scared of standing still. I'd rather have slow motion than no motion. If you need time to refocus, do it. If you need time to restart, do it. If you need time, take it. So many distractions, so much noise nowadays, especially with this damn phone. If social media is the problem, delete it. If the people are around you are the problem, cut them off. If you need to be selfish, be selfish. My point is, put you first. You can retire when working in a 9 to 5, when working with your career, but you cannot retire in life. There is no point where it's done until it's done. Don't quit before it's over. You have so much more in you. And unlike me here, where I'm struggling to get these reps, you got more in you. And I'm telling you that. And this is your reminder. You have more in you. I remember when I was in school, and I was about 10 or 9, I'd say. And we had this project that we had to do. It was on World War II, and at the time, that's what we were learning about. We had to make some sort of battlefield, or we had to make some sort of structure. I'm not really sure how to put it, but that's not my point. And I won't lie, I'm not the type of guy to feel enthused to have to do assignments and homework, but this did have me pretty hyped. Every day from school, I was coming home and I was putting hours into this thing. I was gathering different materials I didn't even know existed. I was really embracing my creativity, and of course I had my mum alongside me to help. And I remember the final day when I set everything in place. I had my battlefield, I had all these green soldiers on it, and it looked so damn good. I felt so proud to walk to school. And I knew, and they knew, that I had probably the best one. And I can't remember if I won, but I knew that it was being showcased, so I definitely did well. But either way, I didn't care if I won or not. That's not why I did it. I didn't care, because I already knew that I put 100% of my effort into something, and it came out truly amazing. In life, you may never win. You may never do better than that person that you were silently competing with. But what would make me happy is looking back at it all when I'm an old man, old sexy man, and I can say to myself, I really gave life a run for its money. I really gave life a fight. I really gave life my all. I want you, if you haven't started already, to invest in you. That means don't always be tight with your money. Buy things that you know will benefit you. Do things for yourself that you know will benefit you. I need you to start giving 100% again. There were days where you tried relentlessly to achieve what you wanted to achieve. And just because you haven't seen the progress yet, I need you to step on the gas again. I need you to get back up like you have been this entire ride, like you have been this entire journey. I need you to restart and refocus as many times as you need. To end this video, I want to leave you with a beautiful idea, a beautiful thought that I recently had. I want you to imagine your past self is standing on a balcony. Alright, they could be standing anywhere. My point is they're standing and they're looking over you. You know, you may not have fulfilled that promise you made years ago to them, but they're waiting. They're not moving, they're waiting and they're watching you. Eventually, you find them, you meet them, and you ask them the question that's been daunting you, that's been almost haunting you. Are you proud of how far we have come? And they look at you for a moment. And it's one of those questions where you almost already know the answer, but you just need them to say it for you. And you don't know how much time's passed because you look the exact same. But you know you did your best. You know you still have work to do.